Well, in the past few years, we've seen a massive surge in women playing sports that are usually perceived as male-dominated games. But what happens when we flip that trend on its head? This morning, we are joined by Will Jamison, captain of the Victorian men's team, and head coach Christina Puopolo at the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. Good morning to both of you.
Morning, guys. Hello.
Well, we'll start with you. I think this is fantastic. When did you first get interested in netball and want to play?
I started playing with friends in a mixed social competition, so I was just doing it purely for the fun and the social element of it. And then from there, got asked along to trial for a state team, which I didn't know at the time existed, but went along, enjoyed it, got into the team, and it's sort of just gone from there.
And Christina, can I ask you, what's it like coaching a blokes team? Do you get to sort of, stick one to the patriarchy? Say, this is for the 1950s.
Well, actually, it's really easy because they're pretty dedicated to the sport. They love the sport. And, yeah, it's easy to coach and they put an exciting brand of netball out there.
And when you talk about that brand of netball, how differently do the blokes play it, Will and Christina, as opposed to the girls?
Go, Will.
It's slightly different. Like we typically play similar structures, but I think just based on it being an all-male team, it's probably a little bit quicker, a little bit physical, more physical, sorry, and a lot more jumping and that kind of thing in the game.
And Christina, how do you see it as a coach?
Well, as I said, they're really easy to coach because they're dedicated. They can put anything out on court that I ask them to put out, and they can jump, they're quick, and they're just taking the sport to another level.
And strangely, spear tackling is now part of it.
The best.
Well, typically girls start playing netball at a young age. What pathways are there for boys to begin starting playing?
Yeah, well, I think when boys are young, I think under the age of 11, they're able to play with the girls. And after that, it becomes a little bit more difficult. But the different men's state bodies are starting to introduce their own pathways. So we have a Junior MLeague, which is sort of an all-boys netball competition. And then after that, they can sort of go into the state program from 17 and under. So it's a limited pathway, but it's getting better.
It looks a bit like basketball without bouncing, doesn't it?
Basically, it is, I think.
And whoever hasn't played netball, as we all know, it definitely is a contact sport.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Here if you need, here if you need.
Here it is. Now, if you are a wonderful bloke and you're interested in playing netball, you can search Play Men's Netball online to find out where you can play in your state or your local area, or you can also visit the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Association's website. That is VMMNA.com.au. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, lovely Will and also Christina. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.